The world of Arden Eld is at peace, but such peace is uneasy, as the influence of the ancient Arken lords crawls to the surface of the world. Their impact is felt as the blight plagues the land, and hustlers and criminals venture forth day in and day out into the open maws of what remains of their ruins in search of lost technology and untold riches left behind underneath the waves of history. Such treasures are the talk of many cities seeking to update their existing standing and claw at the pursuit of power. 3 adventurers emerge from the horizon in search of a purpose and with hope for the future in their hearts. Andrealphus,
That's me.
the Gilder, take it again. Andrealphus the Chronicler. Mantrax, the Gilder.
I gotta be honest, this is probably the closest you're getting to D&D from this channel.
And Zaffir, the Legio.
Hello there.
Will venture forth into the unknown to claim their destiny, but will walk head first into the throes of history. All this and more in The Ruin Runners.
No barking today.
Bark, bark?
Bark, bark.
That was entirely
Bark,
improvised.
what happened last time?
That was all entirely improvised. I hope you know that. I didn't hear write a single thing of that down.
Well, I was a blacksmith at one point in time in my life.
I lost my bar.
I was a wrestler.
The moment
as
I
well.
knew
My
the
wife died
weakness
of
of
old
my
age.
I lost all my age.
I was disgusted.
I miss my wife, Andrea.
for-
I miss her a lot.
I miss my wife, Mila. I am...
Just want to see how long the Trogs live for.
Hundreds of years.
Possibly so.
s-
Welcome.
I'm 600 years old.
I just like to say welcome one and all to this session. This is going to be a very experimental thing. I have not been a game master in a very, very long time, and the process excites and terrifies me, which is why I'm so glad to
Probably
have my
feeling the
friends
same
with
thing
me
I
to
did when
help
we
me through
first
the journey.
started Tomb of
Hopefully
the Red
this can
Giant.
go over a little bit smoothly. Oh, for real. Oh, man.
You said that. JoJo was a truncated campaign thing, whereas Exalted is designed to go on for much longer.
Regardless, we had decided to organize the goings-on of the first session in a bit of a weird manner. We're going to be starting with, sort of a very divided story with some slight branching paths so that the characters can exercise a bit of their individual strengths and, so they can role-play individually first before they get to talk to each other.
I don't want to interrupt, but should we explain a little bit about this game first?
Of course, go right ahead.
So, those of you in the tactical combat space might have heard of a little darling that started a couple years back called Lancer, the mech tactical combat RPG. It's really good, and I also want to play that someday. This is made by at least some of the same team, I believe. This is Icon, a tactical combat high fantasy game. Essentially, take Lancer, give it a fantasy coat of skin, switch up some of the mechanics, give it a Final Fantasy job system, and
Yes.
send in all sorts of wacky lost tech, and that's basically Icon.
Anything you can really... It's like a mixed bag of, various JRPGs you can think of. It's not... It typically does pay a lot of its inspiration to Final Fantasy, but not just so. You've got stuff like Romancing Saga, and even a little bit of Wild Arms, thanks to the weird sort of lost tech, but still day-to-day use case that the technology of the setting has its place in. So you might see a lot of that. It's a very unique way to handle technology in your setting, is what I'll say. Regardless, we start off on a field of wheat in the early morning. You can see the early rays of sunshine shine upon the land and color it from its early dusk as the wind blows through the grass and shakes the world in a certain manner. The characters arrive at a roadside inn one by one, all at different times due to their different circumstances. The inn sits in a mere half-day between the open road and the city of Meriday, and due to the latter's recent rapid industrialization, activity around the former is at an all-time high. Over the course of the past few months, this sleepy inn has seen a variety of new visitors, from hustlers seeking further ruins to plunder, to traveling merchants, to high-class guilders, and even the odd spiritualist, seeking a contrasting perspective from their usual austere lifestyle. This place is essentially, kind of like what happens when you take some place that's like, typically experiencing the first, it's like 5 minutes of fame. With recent activities, it has a lot of popularity due to, osmosis and being close by to an actual noteworthy place. But at morning, you'll typically see a much more calming site, which is where we find the first to arrive at the roadside inn, Zaffir. Zaffir got here somehow, and he got here first. How did you get to the roadside inn, Zaffir?
So Zaffir came in through a port town. Well, this is a port town, right?
The city of Meriday is a port town, which is where you're going.
Oh, where we're going.
Yeah, you're going to the port town. You're stopping by here for rest.
He walked from the previous port town to here, since, nothing would really carry him that well. Well, he came from the boiling mountains.
Right.
Where he was a semi-famous smithler.
What is a smithler?
Wrestling to make armaments.
Do you do it at the same time?
Do you do it?
Yeah.
Simultaneous.
Do it at the same time.
Simultaneous.
Yeah, simultaneous. You're in a hot area because I'm a trog. I can literally be in very hot areas without noticing.
Right, that's true.
Oh my god! Instead of
basically
the chair,
fight
you
each other trying to make.
Sorry,
You hit people with the molten chair to get it to work. Here he comes in with the anvil! Donk! In which he found, in his travels, a small little puppy while he was trying to search for the lunar tier ore.
What's the puppy's name?
The puppy's name? You're asking what the puppy's name is? How dare you ask the puppy's name without knowing the name? Give me 1 second. I have it in my character sheet.
For maximum confusion, Lathander.
Yes. How did you know?
All right.
How did you know that was the? It's not Lathander. Doria, the whale dog.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
She is a whale puppy.
Yeah.
She's part whale, part dog, can live on land, and can swim in the sea.
Excellent. Early sketches of the whale dog originally depicted it as Doria looks like exactly, because they originally thought that there was no possible way that a creature could exist that looks like this, and thought that the real answer was that it was actually some kind of seal or dolphin that was mistaken to look like this. But no, in fact, she does look like a cross between a dog, like a common dog, and some kind of killer whale. And very cute, as you have so graciously pointed out.
If you've ever seen Orcane, just think of Orcane.
So, You're walking... So essentially you walk into the town. You don't get to see much yet. The places are barely even opening up. There's a common...
Do I see a tavern?
You do, in fact, see a tavern.
Do I see it's a cheap...
Cheap?
I'm looking for the most inexpensive tavern I can go to, you see.
Well, there is only one...
Smithering doesn't
There's only one tavern.
pay much.
There's only one tavern.
Oh, that can't be the case. I mean, this is a large town next to a port town. There has to be...
No, this is a roadside inn, my friend.
Oh.
This is a small... This is a small spot.
Well, I guess I'm gonna
Go
and find the inn.
Most of the...
whistling to myself a tune.
Most of the money that you, or the dust that you have imagined, has gone toward plantation. As you saw coming into the town, there was a lengthy and hardy farm close by, where many crops and animals live. And many of them are beginning to be collected at this point in time as people get up very, very early to start their day. You got here awful fast. You know, you're the first one to arrive. You got here real early in the morning. What's your secret?
My secret, Cap? There's no such thing as sleep for the weak. And oh boy, my brittle bones are getting weak.
All right. So... You want to go in? You want to head inside the inn?
I will head inside the inn and try to get a room to sleep.
As you're about to, as you enter Main Street, pretty much, as you're about to go into the doors of the inn, you hear a yell, like a sort of a violent yell, coming in from the outside. From the outside of your peripheral vision. Stop! Somebody stop this crazy thing! You hear loud...
Zaffir's gonna turn around.
You hear a loud crash as oranges come flying out of a nearby crate. Something just smashed through through that crate, kicking up dust crazy fast. It's a big boar, a wild boar, storming through Main Street. You and the boar lock eyes.
All right, little one, you're gonna stop this right now, and you're gonna go home. Well, I'm gonna stop you now and have myself a nice meal.
So, how do you stop the boar?
I'm going to activate my ability.
You're going to activate Color Tongue.
Yes, I'm going to activate Color Tongue.
So, let me explain to you, audience, what Color Tongue does. This is perfect. This is a perfect application for this ability. You can understand and speak all languages and read all scripts. When you interact with a living creature that doesn't speak language, you can understand its intents and feelings and get a knack to interact with it socially. A knack means that you get, if I recall correctly, a knack means that you can get +1 to the roll, to +1 d6 to the roll, to whatever roll you you go
plus
for.
+1 d6 for any roll.
Yeah, so you get a +1 d6 to interact with this thing socially.
Yeah.
Are going to interact with the boar socially.
Yes, I'm going to interact with the boar socially to see what it's doing.
All right. So, what do you roll? So this would be you get the sense from looking at the boar, from his wild, or her rather. She'd say it's a girl. You get the sense from her wild, like, flailing going around that is sent, and from, the kicker being, the guy who said, stop this crazy thing, that she just escaped someone who had captured her.
Hmm.
And she's essentially just storming through an unfamiliar place, trying to get back to the forest. Getting
Alright, so what...
and she's just
what-
not. She's very very aggressive, as boars tend to be. They're very scared, and they don't want to. And they want to get out of there as soon as possible, which is why they're running and trying to establish dominance, get through as much as they can. Which is why, if you hadn't really noticed, she would be beginning to charge at you. So, to interact with this thing socially, are you trying to tell it to stop, or just are you trying to calm it down?
I'm gonna try to calm it down, actually.
All right, so that would be a charm roll with an ack.
I have 0 charm.
Excellent. So it's a 1d6 roll. You can spend stuff to assist in that roll if you so desire.
Let's see. What would I spend looking at it?
If I recall,
There's a fortune roll, which... can I just... what would... if I wanted to stop it physically, would I use Smash instead?
You would use Endure.
Endure?
Yeah, because that way you're just sort of bracing for the charge. Unless you want to punch it, then it would be Smash.
No, I'm not gonna punch it. I'm gonna try to use Endure instead. I have a 1 in that.
Alright. So it's either a 1d6 in Charm or a 1d6 in Endure so far that you have to roll. Whichever you'd like.
Alright.
It's still 1 dice, even if you have a point in it.
Okay. Yeah, it's 1 dice.
So that's a 4. Because I have the +1.
That is a success.
That is a mixed success. Both good and bad
Average.
things will happen. Okay. So, yeah, it's a good thing you have a +1 to that, otherwise that would be a failure.
Yeah.
That's how the pluses worked, okay.
Yes. Which pluses, Rex, are you thinking about?
Wait, I thought you rolled a number of dice based on your ranking in a skill.
Yes, you do.
So if I have 0, that means shouldn't I roll 0 dice, or what's the point of even having?
Well, you have a
then?
+1 you have a +1 dice from the for the knack.
Oh, so he rolls another?
Oh, it's a +1 dice.
It's +1 dice. It's a boon.
Oh.
So endure.
Okay.
So if you have
it would
endure,
be 3d6 that or 2d6.
No. You
So
don't
I have the
understand.
1.
You don't understand. You have 0 in charm. So if you have a knack for interacting with that creature socially, you would get a boon, so a +1 dice to any social interaction. So you go 0 dice plus 1 dice to equal +1 dice. Endure, for each rating, you get 1 dice.
If you specialize, that means you. That means that
like
if you do something,
you're the one
you don't
who chooses,
get anything.
and that, like I said, you're the one who chooses the action. I'm literally asking you, what do? You told me you want to charm it, knowing that you have low charm. That's on you.
Isn't that
I didn't know how the D6
That's still a
system
success,
worked.
though.
No, it's a 3 then, because I didn't know that it was. So that's a 3. So it's a failure.
So it's a failure.
Yeah.
Can you
because
spend effort?
when you say +1,
you can spend
okay,
an effort.
I get.
You can spend an effort to roll an additional dice, and then if you get a higher result, you can keep that.
All right, and what would effort be?
An effort point. You're at
Which
3 right now.
It would be. Oh, okay. And do I get one for? So for the effort, yeah,
You
gonna
can push
use
it.
that.
Yeah, you can use it to push yourself.
Hey. All right.
So roll one more. Hey, that's a mixed success. Excellent.
Yeah.
So, you get a sense for this, you essentially get a sense for this thing's, path. You know that it's scared, but you don't really wanna, and that you really don't wanna hurt it. But you really can't let it go. So you try to use your physical build to stop it, to, tank its charge as best you can. And this is a wild boar. You've never really had to wrestle with an animal before. You've wrestled plenty of people, but this is a whole different beast. This thing essentially runs in and digs its... It runs in and it digs one of its tusks onto your side. It's a glancing blow. It's nothing too major. But you feel hurt. But you are capable of stopping this thing on its tracks. Leaving it out onto the open sea. Or leaving it onto the open road. So you flip it upside down to stop it from running. Keep its legs still.
I'm gonna put on my shoulder.
That you do. So you take...
I'm gonna walk out of the town.
Actually, since... You know what? Since you, you sensed beforehand, thanks to Color Tongue, you could sense everything that was going on with this creature. I'm going to give you the effort you spent back.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like that's worth like getting a knack. But you do take one strain.
Okay, and what is strain for those who would not know? Strain
is essentially the average consequence for actions going either poorly or getting a mixed result. Strain builds up over time through an adventure or through social situations, depending on the situation. And difficult, and when it gets to a certain point, you become overstrained and gain a burden, which typically it comes in the form of like a serious injury or like something narrative that's like, you know, a serious piece of stress, like some kind of trauma or, you know, things like that. Strain doesn't always have to be physical.
Okay.
But otherwise, that's not the only negative consequence or complication that you can have. For example, you can have a thing reduce effect. The character can lose initiative. You can be offered a hard choice, or have a clock, or have one of the clocks used through the narrative either start or continue to build up, like a negative clock, for example, or you'll be weighted. In this case, yeah, that's fine. But you're mostly okay. This was a pretty controlled situation, so you're mostly just fine. Coming in to greet you, as this happens, is a grizzled man wearing a green archer's outfit. He is very tall. He is, very hairy. This is a beast folk, clearly. He looks like
oh goodness.
What's the breed of dog that has like a mustache? Has like eyebrows? It's like it's the dog from fucking Lady and the Tramp. The male dog.
That's
right. It. He looks like a schnauzer.
Okay.
And he comes in to greet you personally, looking at his quarry. Ugh, gee, god damn it. Sailor, you dumb son of a bitch, I told you to hold it! Sorry, sir. I'm not used to hunting in the field. It got away from me. I didn't know it could be that fast. Yeah, well, damn it, use your head next time. Ugh, sorry for the trouble, sir. Did it hurt you?
This is now mine.
Well, that's certainly a way to greet you. Let's start with introductions first. I don't want to be rude. I'm Barkov. This is Sitter, my piece of shit good-for-nothing pupil. Who's snickering?
That would be Korak.
Barkov and Setter.
Oh, I get it.
I was teaching this kid out on the field. He told I'm not really not one kind of guy to take pupils and all that, but, he asked me, said he had to train for some kind of competition going on soon, somewhere close by. Ugh.
So what are you going to do with this boar?
Well, are we going to show him how to skin it? Unless he's,
how much for the
not
boar?
Well, sir, took a bit to catch the damn thing. Boars are quick, so,
And will you be paying that gentleman back for his oranges?
Well, guess I could. Well, that would be the idea. Intend to get it back onto him. Poor thing. Wasn't intended to do this much damage. For sure. Damages will be paid in full.
Good, but you also distressed the boar out. You didn't kill it first.
That's true. I was going to show the kid how to do it.
That's not the way of doing it. Especially if you wanted its meat to taste well.
Well, that's how I chose to do it. Sorry to say. Well,
You've ruined the meat on it anyway already. You should let it go.
sheesh. I guess it would die anyway.
Oh.
With a hole in its...
I inspect the boar.
Yeah, it's got a big hole on the side of its, like close to the side of its, like close to the side of its nape. Bleeding
This
out.
boar has the anime mom disease. I'm sorry. Uh-oh.
Yeah, boars are tough. They don't take, they take shit pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, I thought it was still not dead yet.
Yeah, we did wound it.
Let's see.
Or Setter wounded it. I wanted to make sure the thing was dead. It ran away from me. I didn't know it was still alive.
I am kind of I kind of feel bad now. I thought it was still alive. Or could still be alive. Question, do I know if this is if it was a fatal wound?
Well, yeah, it's, this thing is reacting pretty violently. I think it could probably... You think it could probably last a little longer, depending, if you plug it up, but... it seems like a pretty easy one to tape up, but if you leave it open, it'll probably just die.
Alright, and I'm guessing if I wanted to try to stitch it up, I wouldn't be able to do that.
How do you do that? Go ahead, tell me.
Well, no, I was just looking at my stats to see what would be the...
Yeah, tell me.
in reading what the effects of each thing would do. Let's see. I do have a medical kit.
Mm-hmm. That could work. You don't need to roll for this.
Oh, I don't?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I would.
No. Go ahead.
Because I'm used to that.
No, you don't need to roll for that. Go ahead. So this is a pretty easy thing to tape up. You're all lucky that boars are this tough. Otherwise, this would have been a bit of a...
Oh, no, the thing is, if it was going to die, I actually would have just smashed its head in.
Great. But essentially what you see is just a little hole off to the side of the nape. It would have been fatal if the shooter wasn't slightly inexperienced. It was only a glancing blow. It looked fatal from far, but it got lodged up.
I do not actually have a... I picked the lowland kit, so I don't
The kit was shallow. What? Didn't the adventurer's kit just come with a free one?
Oh, I have the lowland kit.
No, but you always get the adventurer's kit.
Oh, you always get the adventurer kit?
Yeah, adventurer's kit, and then you get bonus stuff based on what you got.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's
It's
an
an add-on.
add-on.
Yeah, I will, let me just read the contents for that. My bad there.
As far as I understand this. Whatever.
Let's see. Adventurer's kit has a lantern, a pack, bedroll, rope, flint and tinder, journal, rations, cooking pot, knife, and canvas tent.
So it does not come with...
Yeah, no, you don't have a medical medicine.
Also, I love how this is saying that Lowland, like the PDF going Control F to find stuff. Lowland kit doesn't exist either. That's great. That's great PDF.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
I literally found it.
I put a space.
Yeah, you put low space.
Don't blame
land.
the game for your own mistakes.
Yes. Regardless,
I'm going to
this is pretty easy.
cut my
This is pretty easy to
I'm
fix.
gonna cut my bedroll up with the knife to
All right.
use as a what you call it?
As a patch.
Yeah, as a patch. I'm going to try to go into the tavern to get some alcohol to use as disinfectant.
All right. So, I guess the other two just follow along with you into the tavern. You march up to the place of commerce. Places are just getting started. Barkeep's barely even finished cleaning up all his glasses. Just unfogging them. Looks up at you. Sorry, sir. We're not even open for business yet.
I need some alcohol to use as disinfectant.
Sure. Or you try.
Thank you.
What? If you don't mind me asking, what you using it for?
I point to the boar.
Oh, damn. That's a pretty grisly wound there. Alright, here you go. I think I got some medicinal stuff up here. Like to keep it in case you go to a bunch of I usually take kids close by, so I like to keep it in case they scrape their knees. There you go. They hand you some.
Do I have anything to give him, currency-wise?
Don't worry about it. It's on the house, my friend.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to patch up the boar.
Ugh.
Give it a pat on the head.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta go find something else to take on at this point. Didn't you teach
Might
this
I
one?
suggest a bird?
True enough. Think of some pheasant just about around here. It was by out of river.
Or venison?
True enough.
Less dangerous when damaged.
True. Too true. Close by the forest around here. Should keep relatively busy. Give him an eye for shooting a moving target. This one wants to be part of some competition, so it might help.
So pheasant would be a better target. It's smaller, so you should be able to. If he's able to hit it, he will know how to kill something else.
Right. Yeah, that definitely sounds a lot. Better. A lot less meat to get in the way. Yep. Guess that was my fault. Shouldn't have started you off with something so big. Well, then again, hunting's all about opportunity, and I guess I didn't really get what you were trying to do. Sorry, kid. It's no big deal. As long as I can learn how to shoot, it's all good. I just need to do it in a couple months. There's a big athletic festival coming up. One of the father cities,
I see.
There's going to be some sports ball.
Yo.
Couple weightlifting competitions. You look like you'd do pretty good in one of those.
I'm too old for that.
A couple of the guys in there are pretty old themselves. As far as I remember, I think the last guy who won was like in his late, let's say 130s?
I'm 700.
Fair enough. He's still pretty young, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Well, catch you on the flip side, man. Thanks for helping out.
No problem.
Oh, I guess I should mention we've been actually looking towards some Arken ruin, Arken ruin activity. You strike me as the adventuring type, so I thought you might like to know. Crop gathering was. I spoke to some of the farmers around here. Crop gathering was a little bad last year due to some Arken ruin activity. You know, the blight coming through and just sort of mucking up the land. Slight stuff. I was wondering that because there was my brother is a churner, and he recently got lost one day looking for stuff. So I was coming in to look for him. That's why I was even considering the extra backup here. Close by, I think the rest of the town. I think close by Meriday, which is why I was making the pilgrimage. I think some Blue Empire people was coming in to check it out. I don't know what they want with it, though. Seems kind of dangerous. For a few extra bucks. It's not like they don't have any. Fuck if I know what the hell any imp... What the fuck if I know what an imp wants? Well, thanks for everything, sir. I'm sorry to bother you.
No need to. Just remember, be more careful and precise.
Alright. See you around. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to mention, Setter looks like a deer. Yeah, he's like a male deer. He's a male deer.
Is it time of season for antlers, or is that out season?
Nah, it's like, I don't know which one it would be, but it's like, it's fall, just about.
Okay, so they've fallen off for the year, probably.
Yeah. So, you got a couple options. You can stay on the outside, or you can go inside. Check out what's going on in there.
Go inside.
All right, you go inside.
After I will take the boar with me.
All right, so you just wait. All right, so you just kept the boar.
Yeah.
Tucked it under one arm.
I'm petting her. She is now mine. I now have a boar.
You now have a boar. I guess write that down.
Okay.
You have a boar now.
You're just letting me keep the boar?
Fuck
This
it.
boar
You know
is
what?
going to
Sure.
deal the final blow to the final boss 100 sessions from now.
Nah,
Sure,
that's
you
gonna
have
be,
a boar now.
That's gonna be Doria.
So Doria is looking at you pleadingly. Well, with carrying a bloodied animal with you.
Yes, Doria. What do you need?
She gives you a glance at the boar, and then looks back at you.
Does she want the boar? Does she want to eat the boar?
Yeah. What do you think?
No. I'll give her a piece of jerky.
Doria is a little sad, but she understands.
The meat won't taste good.
Doria whines a little bit. She's pretty hungry, you can tell. She's drooling just a bit, as dogs tend to do. So you head inside.
I'll give Gruel an apple and Doria some more food.
You named the boar Gruel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grul.
Where'd you find the apple?
I bought it.
All right. So it's safe to assume you're at the inn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in the inn. Public establishment. Pretty empty so far. Mostly early risers coming in. Old people, kids, parents with kids that can't sleep. People traveling around. Or people who just want to get out early. Having breakfast, can start with their day. They're serving and they're serving, and recent developments have given rise to a popular new drink. A strange, warm, robust brew known as coffee.
Oh.
Apparently made from beans. I don't know. It doesn't sound too appealing to you. It depends if beans is your type of thing. Something made from beans is your type of thing.
Oh, no. I will try a sip.
Alright. Oh, back so soon. Oh, you kept the boar.
Yes. Her name is Gruel.
Oh, you named it already. Huh. You're not attached to animals, are you, sire?
Yes, I am.
That's a good thing, too. You know, mistress up here is a real animal lover herself. Does all the work on the farms all by her lonesome. I think she might be on the out here with the chickens.
Oh.
It's just now.
Alrighty.
Might be egg laying season. Who knows?
I'd be afraid to go just because Doria would probably eat all the eggs and maybe a chicken. I look at the pup.
Well, I'm sure we can keep her. Well, I'm sure you can keep her in check. By the way, you're looking for some coffee, are you?
I've heard. No idea what it tastes like, though. Heard it's made from beans.
Oh yeah, it's made from beans, true. It's not your ordinary beans, though. Some kind of black beans.
Well,
Tastes dusty.
like pinto?
Yeah, sort of.
No, that
Tastes a little dusty.
sounds disgusting.
I'm not sure I get the appeal either. But I do serve it.
Alright.
2 dust each.
You know what? Do I have any dust?
No. But before you can even think of your response, a woman runs into the room. Oh, there you are! Ah, quick, we don't have much time. And she hands you a chicken.
Who, me?
Hold this for... Yeah, you.
Oh, okay.
This woman is very This lady looks very sensibly dressed. She's wearing a reddish shirt with dark blue suspenders, obscured by a mute orange apron.
I pet the chicken.
The chicken in her hand is a big, fat, round chicken. You ever see one of these big fucking round chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pet the chicken.
Yeah. If you had can you identify it?
Can I use sense?
This would be more of a study, but I guess not. But regardless of not, it is a pretty cool round chicken, and you're pretty stoked about holding a chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, just serve him? No, right, madam. He had a run around about the chickens. Oh, there you are. Oh, good. I need all the help I can get. My name's Sivan. Pleasure.
Zaffir. I offer my big, giant ogre hand.
Good. I'm the innkeeper around here. And the patch of farmland just behind's me husband's, or was, rather. It's mine now. Anyway.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Don't worry about it. Happened just a bit ago. It just happened a long time ago, rather. Anyway. Come on. Let me show you around. Hold up.
I have the chicken in my hand while walking.
Hold on. And she goes behind the counter and grabs a small leash.
Oh, for Doria, yes.
For Doria. Can't have this one roaming around in there.
I put a leash on Doria, or attempt to.
And Doria is suspicious, but allows you to put a leash.
Okay.
She's a little sad. You give her, the innkeeper gives her Yeah, the innkeeper gives her some jerky. And like a bowl of water. Alright!
Go with the... What was the innkeeper's name again?
Savan.
Savan? Okay.
Alright. Here we are. And you see, she takes you to a room behind the counter of the inn. Crossing around this, like, sort of extra place. You know, what looks like a weird, like, little shoe closet. She opens it up. Dozens and dozens of big, fat, round chickens. Clucking around. Making noise. Big feathers flying all about. And all about.
What am I supposed to do?
Alright. So, I've got things to do all around the house. You can get started here. If you need me to tell you what else to do, I'll be over there. I just need the eggs collected. And then I need you to take care of the stuff in the farm. Alright? So, make sure to water the crops so you can go collect it later. Alright?
Already.
Okay, great.
Of course you get roped into an MMO quest first things first.
I do everything that she says.
Alright, so, as you start, you know, with the chicken coop here, you know, you start collecting the eggs, making sure the chickens are comfy. And then you notice off to the side, you know, you keep doing your things. You start going around the farm, take care of the chickens, take care of everything else. When you get to the sheep, you go over to where the sheep are. You're trying to keep you're trying to pull all of them in to the cow. You know, it's trying to herd them all in, so they can get back out after they just grazed. You notice something in the horizon. Two little ears behind a rock, perked up. Later on, you notice two more.
Oh.
Two bright yellow eyes lift up from underneath an outcrop, like a horizon line, a hill, where you are. Next up, two more, and two more. That's a pack of wolves.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So, we're going to get into my favorite part of this system, the clocks.
Alright.
So, here's a good clock. Here's a bad clock.
That's the minigame interfaces here.
Alright, so what's a clock?
A clock is essentially...
It's a device used to tell time, but that's not important right now.
Essentially notes down the progression of your objective in this scene.
Okay.
There can be good clocks, clocks that you're trying to fill, and bad clocks that you don't want to be filled.
Or that you don't want to be emptied.
Or that, yeah.
So you're going to start. So there's wolves in the horizon. And you're kind of alone. You're kind of alone right now. But you could probably go, look for some help by the rest of the people. And you're trying to herd in the sheep while preventing the sheep from getting hurt by the wolves.
Can I have Doria help me?
Well, Doria's in the inn.
Oh, Doria's in the inn? Okay. Alrighty, so... I am going to go and I'm just going to continue to herd the sheep like normal. And let's see.
All right. What? All right. Tell me what the skills you're going to be using.
For herding?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, herding, or like, what are you going to be doing with the wolves? Like, what are you doing?
I'm going to look in the direction of the wolves and use smash on something for intimidation while using
like a big...
color. Color tongue.
Okay. So, all right. So roll me smash.
Ooh.
6.
Ooh! Oh shit!
Spicy.
That is a critical success.
With
Because
two
you
sixes.
You rolled 2 6s, Korak,
Yeah.
which makes it a critical success. Okay. This is nice. This is nice.
So, what happens now? What do the wolves do?
So,
Wolf
you
Civil
try
War.
to find... So, you try to find the closest object to you in a
It's a
big,
boulder.
wide open... In a big, wide open prairie.
It's a boulder.
You see a boulder planted on the ground. So you grab the boulder and you toss it at
at the wolves.
toward the wolves, and the wolves are like, "Oh shit!" And they fucking scatter, and they fucking scatter.
Okay.
A couple, I think, the sheep get a little fucking scared too, so they start moving in faster into the pen.
Okay.
So you get, you're almost done already.
Okay.
I think you're, actually, let me actually check. Because I think you get to upgrade that shit to super powered.
What does that do?
It's the effect.
Oh.
Critical hit. The character is successful and has increased effect. So yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Mm-hmm. I believe you get almost... You're almost...
Almost done.
Almost done, yeah. You're at 3 hill segments.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple stragglers by the edge. Because there's not just sheep. There's also like this unruly goat you have to herd as well.
I will try to get close to the goat and pick it up.
All right. That sounds to me like an endure roll. Roll me.
You have to endure as this goat does sidereal martial arts like in our other show.
Oh no.
5.
Hey, that's a mixed success. All right.
Nice.
All right, nice. So let me see here. What would be a funny way to finish this fucking goddamn thing? So this goat is giving you a look. This goat fucking does not like you. This goat doesn't like anything. I don't think this goat has liked anything in its entire miserable life. And it certainly does. And it certainly isn't going to start with you.
Okay.
It makes absolutely no effort to be lifted up. It is fucking trying to escape you as you move. And he is fucking like slightly running as you try to pull it. You do a pretty good job, so you kind of like just get through no problem. The wolves are more scared of this goat than the wolves are pretty scared of this goat, considering, you know, it's kind of fighting a giant behemoth like you.
Okay.
And doing okay. But eventually you do manage to get through, and you manage to pull the goat into the ken, and all of the farm animals are safe. Alright, congratulations. You got through the encounter in absolute record time.
Nice.
You get a heart's piece.
Nice. So you go and return to the lady.
The deal is done.
Holy crap! You're already done?
Yes.
Well, you're fast, aren't you?
No, these brittle bones know how to work efficiently.
Well, I sure could use people like you around here. Maybe I wouldn't need to have so many people.
Maybe.
You see, things are different. Things have been pretty difficult ever since the whole Meriday Revolution thing. I've had to get more people, more customers. I've had to find more people. It's hard to find people you trust and people who can do the work around here. Yes, that's true. Main thing is having to worry about management. Management's difficult. Gotta put in the time to learn, the peculiarities about each and every, each individual person. You go learn, how determined they are, like what they're good with, what their best hours are. That's a bit of a nightmare. But hey, that's part of it. I wish Paul was here to see this. This is personally my favorite part of the day, just getting to wake up early and see the sunrise. This is his perfect part too. That's what I need to do. Oh, almost forgot. I was going to give you a hearty me. I was going to give you something. Normally we give these to the workers, but since you've done more than your fair share of work, you can go ahead and have this on the house, since you were curious.
Oh, thank you.
Come here. And she hands you 3 dust.
Yay! I now have money. I don't know how much dust is worth. If 2 equals a coffee... Oh.
I think that's some hella overpriced coffee, to be fair.
Oh, one more thing. I said you're interested in the chickens. Oh, I know you'll make good use of it.
Oh.
Here you go. And she hands you a big fucking egg.
Yo, okay. You will give me an
I got
egg.
this.
Cheese.
I got this one by mistake in one of the shipments. We've been putting it in the incubator for a little bit, but it hasn't. It's been taking a little longer than I'd expected to hatch. It's still warm, but
Thank you, Savannah. Or Savan.
I think you might know what to do with it.
I will.
Do I know what to do with it?
I don't know. Do you?
Do I know what egg this is?
You tell. No.
It's just a big egg.
It's a big fucking egg.
How big is
It's
it?
a BFG.
Size, around the size of a softball.
Oh, that's big.
That's
an
surprisingly
ostrich egg?
big.
No, too small.
Can I use sense?
Sure.
Alright.
Let's see what we get.
Let's see. 4.
4.
All right. Mixed results. So a little bit of an underpowered effect, but still successful. So this is clearly some kind. So this is the coloration really gives it away. It's not a. It's clearly not a farm animal kind of egg. Like this is clearly this clearly got here by mistake.
All right.
But you can tell that it's definitely a bird egg.
It's a bird. Okay.
It's a bird's egg.
All right, so it's not a dragon egg or anything.
No, it's a bird's egg.
Doesn't mean it's not a special kind of
Could
bird.
be a cockatrice. The
Doesn't.
bane of my existence.
Could be.
Yeah, all Chills needs to do to get the folio for this bird is go outside and find the hellbirds of Brazil, get their noises down.
It's okay.
Why, thank you for the egg.
We'll find that next time.
I will name it
Well,
Egbert.
you can always cook it if you don't like it. Suit yourself. Thanks for the help.
Yes?
Oh, and let me get you your coffee.
Oh.
Free of charge,
Oh,
of course. Right, so you get
I
coffee.
will drink the coffee.
The taste is unlike anything, certainly unlike anything you've ever experienced before.
Is it burning hot?
Hot. It's very hot. It's not burning hot. It's warm. It's
Okay.
pleasant. It's pleasantly
So
warm.
it's cold to me. Got it.
It's bitter.
Bitter.
It's like there's a certain, body to it. It's very.
What's the word?
It is a very lasting
Robust?
impact. It leaves a very lasting impact on your palate. And it certainly makes you feel a little bit more energized after the rough trip.
Oh, I feel like I could work another 10 hours.
Well, it's a good thing you mentioned that. Because, and then she wipes it, and then she pulls out a list of chores.
I will go and do the chores.
All right, you'll gain an extra dust at the end. All right. At around this time, it's starting to become afternoon. You can tell because you can hear the sound of people arriving into town. Caravans, to be exact. People travel in these all over the place. You would have taken one if you weren't such a big fan of traveling alone.
I have Doria.
Traveling in good company. You can hear the chatter of people just arriving into town. And as the sun reaches its zenith, we turn away from Zaffir to the next person to arrive. Andrealphus, arriving at the busiest time of day.
Oh boy.
The site, first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got here.
Okay, so Andrealphus is let me look at the particular thing, is a beast folk. I'm trying to look at the
Lorito.
specific thing. Yes.
That means bird
Let
person.
Indeed. Andrealphus is a bird person, specifically more of a raven type of
Nice
bird
little
folk.
raven.
Yes. As to how he got there, I imagine he just pretty much flew there.
Wow.
As Andrealphus doesn't really like much for public transportation, so I imagine if there was any way for him to avoid it, he would just either walk there or fly there.
I actually forget if the Lorito can fly.
That's a great question, actually. Hold on. Let me go. I can find the.
And about families, they're present in every culture. It does not say that they can fly. It just says they're feathered.
It does. Okay. Either way, then Andrealphus just kind of walks there and generally avoids public transportation if possible.
So you came on foot. You're exhausted.
Some birds can run incredibly scarily fast, so
Yes, that is true. By the
know,
time you were...
just putting the gif in, running like this.
Oh goodness.
Yes. Quite good. Excellent. Roadrunner memento. So, you arrive at your least preferred time, but travel was not kind to you. You got a little sidetracked due to sandstorms crossing from where you live. And
Mhm.
you arrive, unfortunately, at the busiest time of day. You are told that this place is some kind of, small roadside inn. Very remote and unpopulated affair. But
Mhm.
what you see when you arrive is a veritable collection of different people and different things.
Okay.
Caravans stopped by, turned into tents for local businesses, high society folk and low-born commoners, mingling to and fro, walking about, talking, and just generally, enjoying the quaint pastimes to be had in this unusual gathering place. And people from all over the place have come here, so you can really tell that this Meriday must be some real big potato, as they say.
Okay.
As you arrive at the center of the small community inn, you see a person, as you begin to make your move, you see someone calling to your attention. From beneath you.
Mhm.
From beneath you specifically. You're walking through the people. Yo. You turn to look.
Mhm.
There's a small hooded Zixo. If you were to guess, this is a sort of, very clearly like hermit crab type creature.
Okay.
He's small hooded. He's smoking a long pipe. Sat onto a spread out rug, very large, covering a long perimeter. Right behind him is a large purple tent, and he is selling all kinds of strange wares and different trinkets and what have you. Things you've never really laid eyes upon before. That you can tell, of course.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Hello there,
Hey
seller.
there, fella. You look to me like you have the discerning eye of an adventurer. May I perhaps interest you in one of my wares?
Well, that depends on what you got, I suppose.
Come this way. Make yourself at home. I have many wares here for you. My stuff is the finest in all the 7 realms. Fine. Take a look. A dagger forged in the most pristine of irons, with an ivory finish and a wooden hilt. Perfect for the average trailblazer such as yourself. If you'd like decoration, and how about this necklace? Truly a symbol of status, or perhaps something to carry a picture of a loved one, like this locket. May I perhaps interest you in my largest wares, of course, with my incense dispenser for when you need those nights of relaxation. This guy's just rattling off things to you right now, essentially, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
How do you stop this man from leading the conversation?
Let's see. Andre will hold up a feathered hand. You can keep the incense. I already have something to take care of myself with in the night.
I see. Priorities, to be sure. But all of our priorities in this crazy world are misaligned. There is much to be gained from taking a risk, wouldn't you agree? This is the profession.
Not Not always, but in battle at least, some, that would say foolhardy strategies, sometimes offer a great benefit despite its risk.
So he comes in and he holds up his little finger, let's call it.
Mhm.
And he comes up behind it and pulls out what looks to be this round, large bowl-like thing. It's highly decorated. It looks very interesting. It has a... What's the name of the religious decoration where it's like a tiny little altar for saints?
Pulpit?
A reliquary?
Oh goodness.
Yeah, at the tip of at the center of the shield, the center of the shield is hollowed out, and inside it there's a decorated, like etched in small etched in pulpit with some religious figures standing beside it. The shield is a resplendent silver, and it shines brightly underneath the midday sun. This one's a bargain. Took me a while to get it, but it was worth it. One of my finest pieces of treasure.
And where did you acquire this exactly?
The Arken ruins hold many dangers, but the dangers are worth it, for riches aplenty hide within its grasp. I have people in the business who are willing to take on such dangers. People such as yourself.
Do you now?
Most certainly. Alright. I'm going to be perfectly transparent. How do you stop this man from trying to scam you?
Well, Andre is going to look at all the wares, sort of look at this man again, look at the wares, look at the man again, look at the wares, double check the wares a third time. I appreciate the offer, but I must be going. And Andre is going to just walk.
Wait! I can really tell that you are truly a discerning fellow. But I believe that no two people's paths cross for no reason. I believe everything is predetermined, you see. This is why my second profession comes in. Please, come inside. And he opens his, free of charge, of course. He opens his purple tent. Inside, you see the hint of like violet vapor emanating
For a
from
split second,
inside.
I thought you were gonna say he opens his shell because you said he's a hermit crab. Come inside. Come inside.
It does the tent kind of looks like a bit shell-like. It's got like weird shit glued all over it, like little ship steering wheels and like medallions and such. It's all sort of stuck together like that.
If you try to make me pay by the end of this, my dark wings will be the last thing you ever
worry
see.
not, my friend. I am a man of my word. Now, please, I believe you'll find my skills most interesting.
Andre will hesitantly follow.
You wander into this space that is much bigger than the outside might lead you to believe. There's a table in here, a couple chairs. The room is decorated with various trophies, bones, weapons, all the sorts of collectible items and such. Little bits and pieces. Just sort of scattered about. A very charming, if a little unnerving, sight, considering it's had the appearance of such a tiny, placed thing. Almost forgot. And then he pulls up a piece of paper that says, "Out to lunch," and puts it over the and puts it over the collection. Also, he just sort of whips up the rug, and all the treasure was glued to it.
Mm-hmm.
And all the treasure that was glued to the rug just sort of whips up with him. All right. Now, where are my manners? My name is Kazak. I am a trader by, well, trade, but my passion lies in seeing beyond the veil of this reality. My passion lies in the fate of each and every one of us. You've come here ragged and alone from the road less traveled, seeking glory and redemption. I could tell from the look of your feathers. One can tell very much from just the simplest of glances.
Yes, my clan is from the High Steppe, yes.
Indeed. If you would give me your, wing, if you would, please.
Hesitantly reaches out, winged hand.
He holds your left wing in one of his hands, and he sort of runs through one of the feathers with his fingers. Yes, as are in most pieces, the Lorito are quite specialized in how you're meant to read them. I've personally not had much experience, but a friend of mine has told me that in the same way that you trace the person's lifeline through the palm of their hand, you need simply to look at a Lorito's down feathers to get a glimpse of their fate. All right. Here we go. I've shuffled the deck. Let the cards fall where they may. All right. I have in my hand. He has in his hands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 cards. Pick one.
Oh.
Oh, the major arcana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alternatively, the deck of many things.
They've got, they're all
Yeah.
face down. From 1 to 21, pick one.
Let's go with number 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Choose another.
18.
Another.
4.
Another.
9.
2 more.
2. And 21.
All right. Here's your reading.
You're fucked!
First card. This card is meant to represent how you feel about yourself. How you perceive your existence in this world. And what you consider to be your role. Interesting. The High Priestess. This represents, of course, can represent many things. This can represent an inner reading, but it can also represent someone very important to you, who you wish to protect, and who you personally believe truly inspires you. But it also says much about your wisdom and your intuition. Second card. Ooh, how mysterious. The Tower.
Of course.
You're probably... What this represents what you want most right now, and what you want most is a solution for a difficult problem in your life. However, what you might not realize is that this turmoil might bring about positive change, just not quite as you might imagine it. My personal recommendation is, of course, to seize this opportunity. Third card is a strange one. Represents your worries and anxieties, your fears, so to speak. He flips it up. Judgment. You are afraid the conclusions you've been wanting are delayed, and fear any far-reaching changes ahead. Perhaps things are not turning out quite as you expected. This is a period where your routine will be changed dramatically. Fear not. Events do seem to be moving at real pace. Any choice you make will change your life for the better.
If you say so.
Next card. Ah, the Temperance. You are about to enter a period of peace and harmony in your relationship. Perhaps you will find an unexpected companionship that will change your life for the better.
Good, I found the relevant... Oh, you first, sorry.
People who might be able to balance out your weaknesses and, say, work together for a meaningful... toward your meaningful adventures, as it were. A party, if you will.
I found the relevant Dogloth comic. Fuck! Okay, take these 3 cups and go!
Next up. What would you have against you? The Empress. Ooh. There are conflicts around you, frustrations, and possibly a broken up relationship. Be careful not to overreact and become too protective or dictatorial about your needs. Do not resort to emotional blackmail or physical blackmail. You strike me as the physical sort. Worry not. I believe these are all lining up quite nicely. And likely outcome is, naturally, justice. Justice will be done. How very interesting. Well...
And what do your cards have to say about justice?
I simply believe that justice will be done. Where justice and you are inexorably interlinked, I feel. This, at least, is the opinion of a professional. Feel free to take away your own interpretation, as it were. Everything that happens is sure to bring about some kind of change. In my professional opinion, the best is to go with the flow.
And how long have you been doing this sort of divination?
Well, I think I was trying to make sense of something. See, I wasn't always so, shall we say, stationary. I used to be a churner. Just about around the start. Me and my friends would get about all sorts of crazy business. We would head into Arken ruins and find new relics each day, steal from those who had or hadn't taken from us. We got pretty big after a little while, but eventually the consequences of our actions copped up to us. Yet somehow I was spared a certain death, where my friends were not. Ever since then, I've been trying to make sense of it all. I suppose looking into the future has been my way of doing so.
As the son of a scribe and veteran, I'm no stranger to these solutions, or rather to these glimpses through divination. Your cards certainly most I'm familiar with.
True enough. It is. I knew for a fact, like the second I had laid eyes upon you, that you would at least understand that. It is not rare that we encounter kindred spirits, but it is rare. What is rare is that we can recognize them upon first glance. That takes a trained eye, I find. Well, I would like to personally thank you for humoring the whims of a senile old fool.
No worries, sir, and I appreciate the free reading.
In my twilight years, I'm 41.
Take heed, my friend. Tragedy might encounter you. But that tragedy may lead to opportunity. Be not prideful. Grasp it, with both wings wide open.
Well, if you're as good as you say you are, don't worry. I think your divination will come true here shortly.
I certainly hope so. Have a safe one. And just like that, you exit his tent.
Yep.
Check to
And,
make sure it's still there when you leave.
He slips a card. You check your one of your coat pockets. The justice is still there.
Okay. Ah, lovely.
So,
Are you
you got a
sure
couple-
he didn't slip this?
Oh no. Oh, the gacked card. Oh, goodness.
So, you can stay outside and enjoy a bit of the festivities, or you can head inside and
Mm-hmm.
see if you have anything else to do.
Andre's gonna head inside.
All right. So, at around this time, the inn or the bar is thoroughly open, or rather, the tavern, I suppose would be. There's plenty of spaces open about this time. The tavern doesn't get super busy until the nighttime. That's when you really get when things start getting crazy. But mostly you get the average people. The people who are taking their breaks to have their lunch. Day drinkers, the real... there's a real Venn diagram going on between pathetic people and people just going about their day. Hanging out. Just trying to get to live one day at a time. Getting there's early drinks in, or maybe just having a bite to eat. You sit alone at your table. Somewhere around the corner, perhaps, where you can be left in peace.
Mm-hmm.
And a small, a younger looking lady hands you, comes over to you to take some notes. Well, sir,
Okay.
how can I serve you?
What sort of variety of the harder stuff do you have, madam?
Well, we have some dark ale if you're into that. Or some long necks. Some red meat came in just recently. Just got it restocked. That's a bit of the harder stuff. We also have this,
I'll have
your average Jaeger if you like it.
I'll have some red mead and a couple of eggs if you have any available today.
Oh, you're just in time. They just got picked up.
How fortuitous.
Hey, Zaffir, dear, can I have some eggs? Zaffir, dear,
Yes,
can I
what
have
about
some eggs?
Oh. Wait, what was...
Zaffir, that is you. Stepping up to
What
the
about
plate.
my egg?
Where'd you put the eggs you got?
Oh! Oh, they're in the basket.
Where'd you put the eggs? The eggs you collected this morning.
I gave it to you.
Where'd you put the basket?
Yes. Oh, yes, I gave it to the inn mistress.
No, you
Why?
gave it to the inn mistress.
I don't know.
And where's she now?
She's in the stables.
Yes, you do.
Why?
She's in the she's in the stables.
Why?
God dang it! All right, I'm gonna go find her. Could you be a dear and hand
I
this
look across the
this
table at the avian.
delightful gentleman his red meat?
Hello. I slap a piece of red meat onto the plate and hand it him. I slap my meat onto a plate
Not
and
red
look
meat,
at him.
red
Oh,
mead.
goodness.
Oh, mead. Oh, sorry. I will get
No, you
a
don't.
glass of
It's
mead and put it
Mead,
and push it towards me.
mead, first and foremost.
It's
but-
mead.
He
So
said,
you just grab a piece of raw steak and throw it on the table.
No, I disassociate.
Hello, I'm
for a little
Zaffir.
bit.
What's your
I'm
name?
sorry. I hand you the
That's fine.
Piece of raw
It
steak.
happens.
I
Sometimes.
hand you the
It
your
happens
mead.
to the best of us, believe you me.
That'll be 5 dust. Okay, Andre.
Andre
How much does Andre have?
reaches.
Wait, how
into
much
his pocket
how
and
much is it?
puts down
Sorry.
the 5.
Don't overcharge him.
Then why is the coffee 2 dust?
It's 1 dust.
Okay, 1 dust then.
'Cause it's coffee.
I'll put in the cash wrap.
Andre will put down.
I'll be right
1
back
dust.
with your egg, sir.
Hello.
And now you two are left alone for a small chunk.
Andre is gonna look up and down at
I don't work
at
here.
his new waiter. You don't seem like the kind of person. Okay, then I suppose
well,
you know the waitress in
This is
another
gruel. I
formal
show
way.
him the
Then
boar.
you're keeping a boar as a
So you
familiar.
So you look
ally?
at the first thing you see is about Zaffir is that he's got 2 animal companions right next to each other. One of them
Okay.
is a common boar that looks very
Mhm.
uncomfortable and just is not having a great time. Just wants to run around every now and then, and Zaffir has to keep it still.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, the other one is a strange looking dog. Certainly the strangest looking dog you've seen yet. It's
Mhm.
the bottom half is mostly normal. You know, it's a black and white furry little mess there. Normal legs, normal stuff. And then you get to the top, its snout is weirdly curved forward and sort of flattened out. It doesn't.
Uh-huh.
It has a bigger mouth than you're used to, first of all. Tinier eyes as well, off to the side of the head. And
Okay.
a strange-looking tail, rather weird and sleek, with a sort of prong hanging out at the edge, kind of almost like a fin.
Huh.
It also doesn't have. Also, the ears are strange too. They also kind of look a little weird and fleshy.
Weird. Very strange. I can't say I'm extremely familiar with different breeds of dog, but I'm curious as to what breed that one is.
That is Doria.
Pointing at the at Zaffir's little dog.
That's the name. We don't know the breed.
Is that
She...
the name? Or
Yes,
the
I don't
breed?
know her breed. She is a recent companion.
You don't know the breed. I see. Okay. So you're a beast tamer then, I take it? Considering the exotic animals you seem to have in your companionship.
It is also made apparent he's holding the big egg as well.
What is your name? Andre. The name is Zaffir.
You may call me Andre. Yes. I hope this encounter proves to be
Who knows
a
what the fate will
positive
bring.
one. Hopefully.
Well, a hunter was going to
if
kill
you're not
my
working
friend
here,
Gruel
then
there.
why are you here?
They failed. They failed to slay her in a single blow. So instead of letting her
side of its
suffer,
neck.
I'm weaning her back to health.
Ah. Fascinating. Okay, so...
No, I'm just an old man.
So I guess you are a beast tamer then, if you're going out of your way to help out a creature. I suppose so, either way. This boar was
trained, basically.
being hunted for sport, survival, what?
Do you know if there's any...
I see.
Have you ever heard of the tale of Lunar Tier Ore?
Hold on. Can I use a...
You can roll you can roll study if you want, or if you have it.
I have 0 study, so I'm not gonna do that.
Or traverse.
see.
I did just remember the reason why you do want to have the benefit to having 1 as opposed to 0 dots in a skill.
Oh!
If you have no dots
okay,
in the
so you
skill,
can
I think
still...
you roll 2 dice.
You roll 2 and take the
rolls.
lowest, yes.
Yeah.
Run 2 and take the lowest.
Okay, never mind. I thought you
Yes,
couldn't
that's why
roll.
you can still
And
roll.
that's why I didn't like
but
this.
you just run to roll 2 and take the
Okay.
lowest. No, you can. No, but you could. You can roll.
Okay.
I was just even telling you that you had the boom
That
for
changes
it, so you
everything.
can
I
roll
apologize.
at normal power. Yes.
I will roll.
That's okay.
I will roll for study, and I think this thing. And then yeah, NA for boons.
That's still a pretty good one.
That is impressive. I got a
6
5.
and a 5.
Yeah.
All right. So, you're.
So what do I know about this?
Or I guess you could have rolled traverse as well, but I guess you got it, so it's fine. So, Lunar Tier Ore. The name is not strange to you. You know, it's you've traveled a bunch. You've seen other places outside from this. It's been a long way here. But you have heard tale of it up in the Highlands, away from where you, or in the lowlands rather, away from where you typically dwell. Something about a stone so pure as to being thought to come from the sky. It's a bit fuzzy. But it's not a strange name to you.
Just I'm looking forward
I'm
to smith it.
somewhat familiar. Why?
You see, I need to get back eventually for my daughter Strana's wedding. And I want to forge her a ring, well, for the greatest amount of protection for her and her husband.
I see. Quite a noble goal, I suppose.
I'm going to
Point in time.
go and walk away.
This is the point in time where you hear...
Mhm.
Who? What? Before you walk away, you start hearing some sort of commotion coming in from the further inside of the tavern. Damn it, Moe! I want my fucking money!
Well.
You fucking trying to play me, asshole? Look at me. Look at me when I'm fucking talking to you. Listen. Saf. You got what you got. I swear. It was out of my hands. And a deal's a deal. One last job and it's over. That's all I said. You think I'm fucking playing with you, you fucking son of a bitch? That was not the fucking agreement. One shipment of 45 pounds of coal. We only got 25, asshole.
Do we hear this?
Where's the rest of the coal? Did you eat it, you fat bastard? You do, it's very loud.
Oh, lovely. Andre's going to reach for his belt and lightly put a feathered hand on
Zaffir is
his
going
gun.
to stand up.
Now listen to me. This is not fucking easy. So he's got, essentially what you see is these two kin. There's a rat-looking gentleman. His name is Saf, as you heard. Conversing with this other beast folk, a big round, stocky-looking dude, who you whose name you've heard is Moe. Moe is weird because he looks like weirdly practically dressed, like to be associated with these guys. Like he's wearing a sort of black and white collar around his neck, and he's having a big drink. He's carrying a book, in fact, a black book. Moe, by the way, looks like a mandrill.
Mandrill, okay. Thank you.
Chill out, Saf. You can't. If you're gonna if you get any hotter, you'll explode. Let me handle this. You don't want to make a fuss. You don't want to cause a scene. Moe, you know that wasn't the deal. We had the chops. We asked the boss, and he said it was okay if you got the deal out. But you need to cover your end of the bargain. I don't care that it came out of your control. I know. That's what you're going to have to deal with. I'm out of the game. That's what I told you. I know, but we can't just go back without nothing, right? You get this, don't you? Things are starting to get a little bit more tense, just as things become a bit more inflexible. You get the chance that the taller one, I think her name is oh yeah, let me tell you.
Cool it!
You done yet, Vess? I want to knock this son of a bitch's teeth out. Cool it. You get the sense that Vess, who is a her, she is a Thrin, as you can expect, is having trouble keeping Saf under wraps. It was kind of supposed to be the muscle, even though he looks a little tinier. But he's got a bit of an itchy finger, and you can tell that if somebody doesn't make a move or intervene in some way, this could probably get ugly fairly quickly.
All right. At this point, Andre is going to pull out his...
Whoa!
Before that, Zaffir is going to put a
and
hand on his
shoot
shoulder to say
between the
no.
two. Between Mo and Saf.
Yeah, everybody's clearly looking at these two, and they're pretty jittery. You can tell that this guy's is a little bit on the unhinged side. He kind of wants to start something, but he's not like. You could probably talk him out of it if you just sort of came over there, but he's kind of volatile in his own right. So it's something that you really get a sense for. Now listen, Moe. If you don't fucking man up and get your side of the deal sorted, we're gonna have to pay a little visit to the little chapel you keep. Yeah, that's right. You didn't think we would have found out, did you? You little stupid bastard. You keep your hands out of my goddamn business, you ridiculous rat bastard.
At this point, Andre is going to fire a shot in the air.
A loud bang hits the table. You can hear
Zaffir turns to you like, what are you doing?
Everyone in the room turns to you. Absolutely everyone.
Why should I trust you? Or
I
Zaffir gives you that
give
look
Zaffir
of,
a look like, trust me on this one.
You can tell Saf. Yeah, you can hear everybody. Everybody's pretty fucking on edge right about now. Saf specifically as well. Moe's also kind of feeling it. What are you looking at, punk?
I'm looking at two ridiculous... No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I'm looking at one ridiculous, bumbling stooge.
Oh, fantastic! Look, everybody! We got ourselves a hero! Awesome! Just fantastic! I was looking for a fucking excuse to get him and to tear a bitch up right about now. And you look like just the kind of bitch I like to tear up. Saf!
I will give you...
Cool your jets! Now look here. We're not looking for trouble. We're just trying to get a fair shake out of this deal.
I know your type. Fair shake isn't what normally happens when making deals between folks like yourself.
So, alright. The situation has officially escalated. How do you want to fight?
Yeah.
Alright, so Saf is right next to you. And Vess is close by. At a quick glance, you can tell she's also reaching for her pocket.
Okay.
Saf already has his knife pulled out.
Any
He's got
second,
a dagger.
we're gonna have to switch to tactical combat, and Korak will make this face when he opens the rulebook for that.
You
Not
say
quite.
that, but I
Not
might
quite,
be able
Rex.
to.
No. We can resolve this entire encounter through the use of the narrative system.
So, question, what are they... It was about coal
boy.
prices, right? Or not getting coal? Pounds?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was, pounds of
question,
coal, I
was
believe,
he...
yeah.
Was it from, like, was it
I
mining,
got
or...
14,000 instead of 15,000.
You don't know. It was just distribution, I think. From what you can tell, it was just distribution.
Zaffir is going to stand up,
Yeah.
put a hand on Andreas.
So-
Wait, what? That's your name, right? Andre. Andrealphus. Okay.
Andre.
Put a
for
hand
short.
on Andre
But
and push him down into his seat.
Andrealphus for the long form.
Now, that was uncalled for that, but I overheard it was about some coal. So, do you mind telling me about this situation, and we can talk about this like men?
Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck are you?
I
You like
look
a
at
waiter?
them, or I look at him and say, "No, I'm a smithler."
I didn't know
Ble-
that was an in-game
ble-
term.
Bless you?
It's a Boiling Isles thing. Never mind.
Got mush mouth or something? Buddy, you gotta talk to me.
I'm a wrestler
Or else I
and
can't
a
fucking understand
blacksmith,
you. You gotta talk to my ear.
and I do it at the same time.
Oh. Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so you're a
Yes,
foreigner.
I'm sure.
Alright. That makes sense. All
Not when you're doing it in
Stay out of this.
the place where I am being housed.
So, how do you want to attempt to resolve the situation? He's got a knife in his hand. Either of you can make a move, whichever. And then I'll tell you what skill that is. Tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what skill you have to roll.
I guess I am going to use Color Tongue to speak to him in his own language. If he speaks Oh, okay. He just speaks.
You're speaking to him in his own. You're already speaking to him in his own language. He's a rat man, but he's like a man.
Andre hasn't had a roll this whole time, though.
That's true.
Goodness.
And
Well,
we're
I
to
haven't
do
shown
exactly?
up yet.
2.5 hours in.
Well, you tell me how you want to. You tell me how you want to resolve this encounter. How you want to
Don't worry, I have a plan.
shut up. How do you want to shut up Saf? Essentially.
I could use command because I have 1 in that, but I also have 2 in Excel, so I could just pop both of these guys in the head potentially.
Preferably not. Find a way to do it non-lethally, just so you don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Fuck this
Or at the
entire establishment
or at
up.
very least, at the very least, shoot both of the incoming weapons out of their hands. Since
I'm going to use my
Zaffir
hand.
has a knife, and it looks
I'm going to
like
use
Vess
my
is
hand to
going for,
push down the
weapon
knife
of
with
some
the
kind, whether that's
tip
a
of my
knife
hand
or
on the
another
blade.
Gun.
Endurance.
What do you
Gargoyle
roll
style.
What do you roll for that? Well, that would be endure. That would be endure.
5.
Oh, hey, we both have endurance, or at least I have two.
All right.
points of
Actually,
endurance.
before you do that, let's start a clock.
A clock.
All right.
Our structural integrity clock.
It is a
6-piece
piece
clock. This clock is for how much of the conflict you have resolved.
Oh, great! Awesome.
So, endure. You push. You take your finger and you push the blade down slowly. Zaff can't get the blade up. He does have to run through your finger to do it. So you are harmed by this weapon. So you're going to be taking 2 strain from pushing this thing up, but he cannot get his arm to lift up the blade. That's 2
Did I heal any
did I
strain
say?
from before?
Strain.
Then
You
what
said
it-
2
No.
strain.
Okay.
No.
I'm at 3 strain then.
So you're under couple strain. Okay.
I just want to see what happens on the thing. Okay.
So-
good to know.
Back to business. You got one filled up. Zaff is very pissed off at this stage. He's not super happy with you just sort of stopping his weapon this way. I let go, you big mushmouth freak.
I'll use smash to break the blade.
Ooh.
All right.
This is gonna be
3D.
hopefully
3D6.
very cool.
Enjoy.
Yep, I thought I hit the...
Take the highest.
There we go. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. No,
Oh,
a 3's
no.
a failure.
Is
What
a
the
3
hell?
a mixed success or just a...
That is a failure.
Okay, is there any way to do
4,
anything?
5, and a 6 are
to
successes. 1, 2s, and 3s are failures.
You could burn an effort.
You
I'd
could
like to
burn
burn
an
an
effort to push yourself.
So what does that do? Just one?
Go ahead. And roll another dice. Roll another dice. Just one.
1d6. Please. Kind and full of grace.
This is why I don't like these types
Come
of games.
on!
Watch
Alright, so the highest is... The highest... So the highest is still a 3. Alright. So, you fail at doing this. In attempting to break the blade, you accidentally let go and allow it to slip free. You don't take any extra damage, but you are put in a bit of a difficult position. Because now, Zaff has you at blade point. Yeah, you think you're so fucking tough
That's
just because
not
you're
the
big,
case
huh?
here.
Just because you're bigger than me.
All I want is you to not fight.
A tough
in
shit,
this
smart guy.
establishment. Then you should have
And
minded
you should have minded
different
your
location.
fucking business. I don't
I'm
give
gonna
a
punch
shit.
his face in.
We can do whatever the fuck we want. Alright, smash. Alright, a mixed success. Let me actually check something. Because I have other things I can use here.
Actually, I'm gonna use an effort to see if I could get a
Here it
6.
is. Game flow. Alright, whatever you want.
Why, we get effort back, right? Or
I wouldn't recommend that, but I mean, it's
Well,
your
that's-
character.
That's to...
so
well, at least you do.
how do we get effort back?
Because you're a Pathfinder.
Before.
Zanus. Well, through your bond thing, I think.
Yeah, everyone gets
all
specific
characters have-
effort refresh conditions.
Yes.
Regain 1 effort when you enter a new scene, in your case.
Yes. And you definitely have entered a new scene, so
Alright,
you would have
so-
refreshed the effort you got from last time.
Oh, actually, wait.
Still
Hold on. I just looked at my my refresh thing.
Still a mixed success, so you're fine. Let me see.
That's actually pretty funny.
First, yeah. You're unable to move the clock forward. But essentially, what happened was that you started a second clock. That was
Uh-oh.
that was filled up by one stage, which is the people are endangered. So they were endangered by by Saf having his weapon back. But you punch him. You manage to, he's perched up on your shoulder, he's got a knife. He's pretty agile, but you have fought agile opponents before, being a wrestler and all. So you reach in, you elbow him right in the face. This knocks him all the way back. And does help alleviate some of the pressure on you specifically. Vess is not too pleased by Saf just sort of doing his own thing, as is apparent. She's not super, but she points a throwing axe at you, essentially.
Oh.
All right, big man. Let's cool it. I'll pick up my dumbass. It would be on.
Zaffir nods his head.
All right. Let's all be very, very cool.
Zaffir is still where he was at before.
No, he's not.
What?
Where does Zaffir go?
Why?
Come to think of it, where's the waitress?
What?
They've been jump cut
We
away.
were jump cutted away, okay.
Mother.
So this is a new scene,
got-
I guess?
So, no, not quite. There's the waitress from before, is clutched with Saf. He's holding a knife to her throat. You motherfucking punk, you're gonna fucking listen to me!
Doria is going to bite his nuts off.
What do you roll for that?
Nothing. Doria
Yes,
just
you do.
does it.
Yes, you do.
Why would I have to roll if this is the dog's action?
How about
I'm not the one.
Andrea rolls instead?
Gonna shoot the knife, or rather, I'm gonna shoot his hand.
Alright, roll me.
So he
Alright,
drops
roll
the
me
knife.
Excel.
Yep.
Are you using the special Excel thing you have?
You can
What is my
increase the
special
power of your
Excel
next
thing?
Excel action to superpowered with Wick.
I could. You know what? I can do it once per session. Might as well do it this session. So, okay. What does that entail to getting it to superpowered?
Typically this would have a normal effectiveness where you would sort of just shoot the knife out of his hand, and then like he would still have her in his grasp, and you'd be able to move away or something. This time you shoot, but if you can roll me, you can see what happens.
It'll have an even better
Alright,
effect.
So
Yeah, well, it enhances the effect of the action. So like if you do get a success, you'll be able to maybe fill in more dice.
okay, I think I understand. All right, so roll Excel, please.
Hey,
5.
That's not bad. All right, a mixed success, but since it is since it was enhanced to superpower effect, I'll let you have the success with no complications.
Hey, let's go.
Essentially, what happens is Moe picks up on what you're trying to do. You essentially come to a silent consensus. Moe tosses a jug of beer into the air. You shoot it out of the air. and it splatters all over Zaffir's eyes. You, at the same time you shoot it, you fire a second bullet at Zaff's hand, making him drop the knife. He spins around. He spins around and tumbles onto the floor, blinded.
I'm going to put him into a suplex hold. I'm going to put him in a grapple hold. Maybe break his arm. Or two.
You still gotta deal with Vess. She's still pointing something at you.
She's still got that throwing axe in her hand.
I'm going to punch Vess. Yes,
kick.
I'm going to pick up a steel chair.
What do you roll for that?
Sense. To find the steel chair. I don't find a steel chair.
You do not find a steel chair. You're put into a more difficult position.
I'm going to body check.
You're put into a more difficult position. Vess is slowly approaching, trying to get her dude back.
I'm gonna body check.
I don't want to interrupt the scene too much, but I do have an excellent way for me to do an entrance if.
That works.
Otherwise, I could wait this scene out.
You know what? You go ahead. No, go ahead.
Over the past few minutes, if you had a particularly sharp sense of hearing, you might have picked up a particular sound from the horizon. Over the course of the past few minutes, it's been getting louder and louder. And alongside that, you would be hearing someone shouting alongside as it's getting closer. By now, there might be a few people outside the bar who are, at first, the commotion from within kind of attracted them in, but currently, now, everyone outside is looking at this encroaching dust cloud. Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods, oh gods, oh gods, oh gods, oh gods! Where's the brake? Why did I put a brake on? And the camera zooms on a she-show in a very colorful, flowing dress, riding the most ramshackle Arken bike you could ever frigging imagine. And
all right.
From a narrative level, they're just going to crash the spin out. From a player level, I'm going to have them try and crash through the wall and interrupt this scene.
What do you roll for that?
Oh boy.
I'll go all. I guess if in that case, I think that would be a
tinker for trying to control the bike.
I feel like there would be a sense for trying to sense how to, crash this thing right.
All right, I can go ahead and give a sense roll then.
All right.
Let's see what we get.
Use one of my contingencies.
Ooh, you can use this to flash back in time. Tell the GM how you prepared for a situation. You can use this ability before or after any action roll to do one of the following. Set up a character for the next action, even yourself. Resists consequences of something that just happened by taking strain, even for another character. Increase effect or lower risk. To do so, however, you need to be able to tell the GM how you prepared and also make a fortune roll using one of your actions to see how well your preparation went. On a 4+, gain the expected effect. On a 6, choose an extra effect. And on a 1 to a 3, you had to abandon the plan. Okay. But you regain a use for the ability if you fail.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do with this, I'm trying to add a dice, if that's how that works.
You're trying to set yourself up for the next action, you mean?
Yeah, I can do that instead then. In this case, the contingency plan, the flashback occurs back when they were constructing this bike. Mantrax was rifling through an entire suitcase worth of stuff they had on the road, camped out underneath a nearby tree. Let's see, what about this part, but no, this wouldn't work. But, wait, of course. In case the worst comes to worst and this thing crashes and spin out, I have to have this. And what appears to be like an inflated sheepskin perhaps the earliest potential use of an airbag in history. And I attach these to the bike, and currently they are now in the process of... They're going to inflate and hopefully cushion the fall or perhaps bounce me in an interesting direction, into the bar. For maximum comedy, I'm now a pinball.
Alright. So, through this expected action, you would initially take a couple of strain from the... from crashing into the nearby...
You know what? I'll use it to block the strain, then, if that's how that works?
Into a nearby stable. It allows you to resist the consequences, which means the consequences reduced.
Okay, so I just take one, then?
So you just take one and not two.
Okay.
This, however, sets up an interesting opportunity. You are obviously... the people at the bar are obviously distracted by this. This is a very loud reaction, and that no one was prepared for. And Vess...
Oh, wait, I should roll for the use of the contingency, shouldn't I?
Yep. Alright, that works.
Okay.
4.
Airbags
Vess takes her eyes off of Zaffir for one moment. What do you do?
Andrea's probably gonna try and shoot the axe out of her hand. If that is all right.
All right. Give me a Excel roll.
Yes, you think. Ah, darn it! I missed the shot. Andre missed the shot.
Ooh, her attention's back on you. Stop it. Stop.
I am going to
trying.
Suplex.
Okay. Just say you punch her. Just say you punch her.
Nah, suplex.
This is funnier.
Okay. Roll me smash.
Smash.
That's
fine.
There we go.
Alright, mixed success.
I don't get the suplex on, but I do smash her in the face.
So, yeah, this will tick up the clock, but it'll also tick up the other clock because you smashed her into the table, which you'll have to pay for later.
And now atop the ruins of the table is precariously balanced Mantrax, having teleported in with their right abilities. Whoa! What the... I knew there's a bunch of weird shit happening on the outskirts, but man, this is not what I was Did I just bumble into a hostage situation? Is that what this is?
Yes. Now help.
Yes!
Something like
God
that.
fucking damn it, another fucking asshole! Why can't I see?
I'm gonna go and smash Sasha.
Who's Sasha?
Whatever that rat boy's name is.
Saf.
Saf. I'm gonna smash Saf again.
Oh.
Do I need a roll?
No.
Okay.
He's on the ground. You can fucking...
I'm gonna keep on kicking him and punt. I'm gonna keep on kicking him harder and harder. Do you surrender?
Alright. So, you're gonna have to choose between... So, those accumulated failures are gonna have to become at a hard bargain, and I feel like at a hard choice. And I feel like, since both clocks are pretty even, I feel like this is a good situation to do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the hard choice. Let Saf and Vess go. And no one else gets hurt. Or continue to try and beat them up so you can deliver them to the authorities. And further risk endangering yourselves and the people in the bar.
I say we just let these assholes go.
I break their arms.
You're gonna have to roll for that, and that's something we don't want to risk
Up,
at the
up, up.
moment.
But he's...
No sudden move. No sudden moves, big guy.
I thought she was knocked out too.
No, she's not knocked out.
Oh, I
You
I would like to
She
try
not-
something.
Shiu can eat out.
I did not travel in here alone. I'm using the other use of contingency to say that as I was flying through the air, all of the clothes of all sorts of styles and genders and all the stuff in my intense packs that are now littered all across the street, I managed to wheel off a chunk of the bike with me. Let me just go ahead and roll for that. No, not 1d5, d6.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to take that again?
Are you letting me roll that again?
What are you trying to do exactly? I don't understand what you're trying to do.
What I was trying to do, essentially, is have a use this, essentially, as a bargaining chip via pointing another weapon at her.
You don't have to roll for that. You're just trying to tell. If you're just trying to tell me that you want to keep going and try to like beat them both up, you can just tell me. That's the hard choice. You either finish it now,
Or we
you
let him
go, or you further endanger them.
We should let him go.
I vote that we should let him go, then.
We're literally-
Given that
We're
the
literally
contingency
one
plan
failure away from
failed.
hurting us and others.
All right. So, throwing axe pointed squarely at Zaffir.
You're going to pay for the
She-
table, right?
No time.
There is...
Sorry. And then she drags Saf by his ear.
How? He's
Out of
behind
the-
me.
Yeah. He pulls him out from behind you, and then
He's a
How
tiny
she-
boy,
him out of the
remember.
bar. He's a tiny He's a tiny
Why?
rat.
Ow,
man.
my foot is on his leg.
He's very. He is very squishy.
Alright, so he breaks his leg trying to... Or she breaks his leg trying to pull him off. Good.
He's a very flexible boy.
He's
a rat.
Rats are very squishy.
Yes. You ain't heard our last, you hear? Watch yourselves. And they disappear
And
into the now born night.
and the bikes and the ruins of the bike spew noxious fumes in their faces as they walk away. That's not anything I'm rolling for. I'm just pissing them off further.
Right, true enough. And just like that, the party has met. The 3 members of the party have met in this absolute disaster.
Yes, indeed.
So there's broken tables everywhere. There's fucking spilled mead everywhere you go. You haven't even gotten your red mead, Andre. This is just awful.
I haven't even gotten my eggs.
You haven't even gotten your eggs.
I was not expecting this when I first woke up this morning.
I was expecting a mechanical misfire, but I was not expecting to. What? I feel like I just wandered into something completely. Hi, let's start again. I'm Mantrax. I'm from the city.
Terribly sorry, gentlemen. I can fix this on my own. I am the one to blame.
No. I'm pretty sure I caused some of this damage, and the least I could do is help with some of the repairs. And as Mantrax, as she says this, he pulls out. They use every single pronoun, by the way. They don't. A lot of Shisho, like, their plumbing changes over the course of their lives, so I don't see the reason why I should limit myself to one pronoun, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway.
Okay, so Moe is attempting to lower you. Just don't worry about it. I can pay my own tab. And yeah, he grabs over a mop and starts just moving the debris away. Did not expect them to come for me so soon. I just wish they had taken the time to choose somewhere a little bit less populated. I'm Moe, by the way. Sorry we have to meet in these circumstances.
Call me Andre. Andre reaches out a feathered hand to Mo.
Pleasure. Big guy, you doing okay?
My name is Zaffir. Yes, I'm perfectly fine, thank you.
Wanna lift up?
Hmm?
Dude, this guy's as big as you are.
Okay,
Wait,
hang on a second.
I was knocked down?
You are, because you remember, you had to be knocked down to do the suplex.
Oh.
'Cause that's how...
I get
yeah.
up by myself.
Yeah.
I give him a handshake and...
Ugh.
Mantrax
Well,
scratches
good stuff.
the back of their head. Okay, sorry. Hi, Mantrax. Where is this? Sorry, I was on my way to somewhere else, but...
Well, I suppose you must have been after Meriday.
Yeah, that's the place.
Well, look in the roadside inn. This is a nice little piece of paradise between here and there. It's where most people go to take a rest between the days of travel. Takes a while. Helps take the edge off. That's what I was doing, at least. Until those jerks came looking for me.
Let me guess, they got some blackmail or something on you?
Sort of. It's a bit of a story. I owe you an explanation at the very least. That much is for sure. Alright. Let me just clean up this debris. Help the young lady stand up. Poor thing. Didn't mean for this all to happen.
It's odd. As he is trying to clean up on his own, some of the debris just keeps teleporting itself, like, elsewhere. Mantrax is helping no matter what he says.
I'm glad to hear it. I don't deserve it, but help is appreciated.
It's not
Says
about
the
you,
great
it's my mess. I should clean it up.
No, don't be silly. If it wasn't for my for the bad blood they had with me, they never would have come here.
So what was that all about? I heard about coal.
Right. A couple years ago, I used to wrestle way back in the day.
Oh, you two.
Sumo wrestle, to be exact.
Oh, okay. I was a smithler.
You mentioned that.
Yes.
Bless you.
I'm going to use my hand and just pat Mantrax on the head.
He tilts her head, like, what? Oh, that's a profession. Is that smithing and wrestling?
That's a pretty good guess.
Yes, it's almost as if I said this before, and it should be kind of obvious.
Regardless.
I got here, like, 2 minutes ago.
Who are
they
you?
could just get here.
Mantrax?
Yeah, you don't know that. You don't know that.
Slowly
Anyway.
points to the enormous cloud of dust and smog in the background.
Mantrax.
Regardless. I used to make a lot of money through backroom deals. I used my influence to get places I shouldn't, and in due time, people started to take notice. I got more job opportunities, and a lot more money came flowing in. It was around this point in time that I hit rock bottom. Lost all the most important people in my life. Took them all for granted. Never saw them again. I felt like death. So, I tried to find a new place in life. So, I took to the book. The Scripture of the 13. Interesting piece. says a lot about us and about the place we live in. I think some stability, I like to think. I tried using what money I had to open some kind of, chapel, as you heard. Over northways by a place called Zanaviva, the rainforest and such. There I liked to offer rooms for people without places to go, but truly I'm just trying to make up for the things I did. That's when they came knocking. I told them I wanted to quit, and they told me one last job. Something went wrong in the shipment, and they came knocking. I think it's something to do with the recent activity of the Arken ruins. The whole place I used to live is infested with them. Holes popping up from under the ground. Particularly large one over yonder, producing an eerie melody almost each day. They call it the singing faucet.
And Taxes, formerly just kind of slumped over against a chair, nursing their injuries. At the second Arken ruin is mentioned, stands up at ramrod attention. Really, this close?
Mm-hmm.
They pop up just about everywhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the entire reason. And you didn't really hear this from me. This is just rumor mill stuff, but I think the reason the Blue Crown is so interested in Meriday is because of this recent crop up. They've been organizing many more expeditions down these ruins ever since Meriday got industrialized. One can help but wonder if they're one and the same. The reason that both are happening is the same one.
Okay, yeah.
Never be too sure now.
Okay, yeah, politics and all that. Yeah. Arken ruin parts. That? And you're saying that your former associates, with finger quotes, are holed up in there and need clearing out, or something like that.
What do you mean?
Someone there wanted to go in there and haul ass with as many Arken ruin parts as they can. You wouldn't happen to know any, secret weaknesses that these assholes there have, would ya?
Not
I
exactly.
could go and give them a knock for ya.
That's not exactly what I was trying to say. The places started popping up. Arken ruins are more kind of like various tunnels. They just open up spots to what's already there. They open and close, kind of like arteries. And whoever they got exploring those places ain't my business. The coal is a different story entirely. These, let's just say that the Empire was looking for some unsavory transporters to get the job done cheap in industrializing the place. The Green Age gave us a bit of stability at the cost of our comfort, but it's not long in a world with smart people in it that comfort seems to return or rear its head for whatever price you're willing to pay. We were just trying to transport coal back to Meriday to assist in construction of their newest innovation. They're using steam.
Ooh.
But that's for another time. You're headed your way there, so you're headed there anyway, so I thought I might let you know. If you're on the lookout, if you're on the street, make sure you look out for, and you can tell he's trying to remember something. A red moth tattoo. Usually around the nape. That's how you can tell.
weird that they put them around the naves. Usually you put those somewhere a bit more easily visible. At least, maybe across my... Maybe on my side of the ocean. Cultural differences. Anyway, it's cool that you're trying to make up for the jobs that went wrong. I'm in kind of a similar boat myself, but if those guys ever come around again, it's real fucked of them to try and take it out on everyone else here. And Mantrax turns around to everyone else at the bar. You guys ever thought about a city watch? Well, no, this ain't really a city, but the point is that
Yeah, right.
any
With how many people are coming and going, it feels right to hire some security. I've been working on that, but it's a lot of dust moving around, lots of hands, lots of people to talk to.
hang on a sec. Mantrax runs out of the bar, and he returns holding an enormous, like, the ruins of the bike in their arms. I can try and make some weapons out of this.
What the hell is this? I don't want your garbage, sir.
Can I roll a tinker check to try and salvage this into particularly pointed sticks or little chunks and greaves of armor for help with these guys?
Sir, I appreciate it, but we have pitchforks. It's okay.
And I turn to her, and her face falls. Just, okay, I need to use this for something, or else it'll go to waste and rust. Is there anything you do need, then? Like a new hoe or something?
I beg your pardon?
Like a farming tool, or, I don't know.
Right.
I have to use this for something, or else it'll go bad.
Well, we do need more piping.
Right.
Spare pipes.
Let's go ahead and roll a tinkerer check to see what I can do for that.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, you managed to make some spare pipes.
They have gauges and nozzles and remnants of bike on them. Anyone who uses any of the restrooms here is gonna get really weird second looks whenever they look by the toilets.
Though you can't really because this is a mixed success. You don't really manage to use the entire thing.
Yeah,
You're left over with a couple a little bits and pieces of bike. Particularly the wheels are hard to make into something.
Yeah, we have a brief scene of Mantrax looking at the wheels, looks at the toilet, looks at wheels, looks at toilet, and then he deposits the wheels inside one of the nearby barns for the animals to play with.
All right. So, you folks could use the rest. We'll take care of me and Big Moe here. Will take care of the rest. Sorry about the mess, sir. We'll send some hard-boiled eggs over to your room as complimentary. We really apologize. It didn't mean for this to happen. So, for now, get the rest you need. By morning, the caravan should be leaving. You can hitch a ride with them to get to Meriday by sunrise.
Just to double check, how close are the ruins to Meriday? I last I'd heard they were just a couple weeks, but are they closer?
So, the ruins, the Arken ruins that you mentioned, that Moe mentioned, the ones that were being explored currently by the Empire, are a couple of hours of travel from Meriday. Like, pretty much, can't really miss them. It's around where the land starts going from green to a weird gray. That's when you can really tell that the ruins come up.
Oh damn, that's so much closer. Great.
It's a big hole in the ground. But the place is infested with Imperials. And they don't just let anybody in.
Right.
It's definitely, especially in the situation, where they are exploring the ruins by themselves, looking for something. It would be difficult for you guys to go in there without being noticed immediately or stopped.
Slow pan to the disguise kit in my backpack.
Right. Regardless, thank you so much for your help. We couldn't have done it without you. And, for the mess. Moe hands, Andre, three dust as well.
Let's go. Thank you very much, sir.
Real recognizes real, as they say. Well, we may meet each other tomorrow. Maybe you guys can hear one of my sermons. By the time dawn rises, of course. I don't want to keep you from your rest. And, just like that, you are free to return to your rooms together.
Are we sharing a room or is it separate rooms?
Well, I don't have a room. I literally just got here 5 minutes ago, and then again, Jisho don't actually need too much sleep. I'll just nap under a tree for a half hour, and I'll be good for the next day.
Yeah, you get the last few minutes of the session to just talk to each other just a bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What's the backstory? So, he mentioned something about a deal gone wrong in those associates.
I don't know, but they were messing up this bar.
It's the thing about the coal that he mentioned.
Right, a coal deal.
Yeah.
It's much simpler when they just use the water wheels. They don't need to worry about shipping stuff in. All they gotta do is just keep the wheels running, and the ocean takes care of it.
Eventually, people wish for innovation, for improvisation on the previous models, for better results, no matter what.
Yeah, don't I know it.
Although I don't particularly agree with it, I understand the need, or the strive.
Oh, right.
rather.
Introductions. I'm Mantrax. I'm an inventor.
Andre, soldier.
Zaffir, not here.
I say soldier, but in a weird way, I serve as a bit of a scribe and as a soldier. A paladin, as some people have taken to calling me.
Who's Din? I guess you're friends with him, but... Nah, I'm just messing with you. So you're on your way to the city too, then? You also headed for the ruins?
That is my intention, yes. I hear that there's quite a lot of interesting treasures to be obtained, and maybe even rumored for a relic or two. Should I find something like that, it would go quite nicely for my eventual,
Mantrax
plans.
motions for, Andrea to come closer, and in a conspiratorial whisper, she whispers, I have a really convincing fake Imperial badge. They'll help get us past security.
I see.
Together, then?
We might as well. Seems we're in it. Considering this interesting introduction we've had ourselves in, if we're all going to the same location, I don't see why we shouldn't travel together.
Yeah, and if there is any relics or stuff, I'd love to check them out. Mind you, I'm not saying like I would have ownership of it, but I'd love to see how it works.
any sort of study or general investigation of such relics, I wouldn't mind. For educational purposes, of course.
Yeah,
but
you could keep the
I need to
original. I
make-
just want to figure out how to make more.
As long as I bring the treasures to my clan,
Yeah,
then that's fine.
Who's the big guy? Oh, he seems to have gone upstairs already.
That, I believe his name was Zaffir or Zaff or any such case.
I'm still
Is he-
here.
But
You were making snoring noises, so I didn't know.
That was my stomach rumbling.
Zaffir was...
Oh, it's hard to tell. There's a lot of. You're the biggest person I've ever seen, so.
They did promise you hard-boiled eggs.
I look at my egg.
I was
Is
promised...
my egg okay?
I was promised eggs.
Yes, your pet egg is okay,
Okay, good.
but they are delivering hard-boiled eggs to you.
All right,
Weird.
give me a
Weird
sec.
worms.
Give me a second before anything else. And Mantrax teleports out, and a few seconds later, they return with the luggage.
Oh,
What is the luggage?
The luggage is a suitcase with legs, much like the luggage from Discworld.
Nice.
The legs are not in working order right now due to the crash. That will have to be repaired.
It is repeatedly trying to take your luggage to the bathroom.
Yes. Slides the
Poor
bathroom
thing.
door closed.
It
Oh,
is
good- oh,
banging its.
Oh, good. There's one
it's
thing that.
banging its poor thing.
Yeah, there's one thing. Oh, good. There's one thing that's still intact. And Mantrax pulls out a fishing rod. Ah, good. This is still working. You guys fish?
No.
I've been known to from time to time.
Tell ya, you haven't lived until you grab the fish with your bare hands. But this is easy. This is admittedly easier.
Bless you, Zaffir.
Thank you.
Grabbing it themselves, though, that's where the real thrill comes from. The hunt, as they say.
All right.
Oh, right, you guys can't breathe underwater, so that might be trickier for you.
Unfortunately so, but I do enjoy the sort of meditative way of sitting down for a tedious, albeit important, task of making sure to get some fish to eat.
Oh, yeah, it would be tedious if you just can't go down there and grab the fish yourself.
Quite.
Hey, hold on a sec. That weapon in your hand, did you make that yourself?
It was a gift from my family, specifically my father.
Anthrax tiptoes over, he takes a look at it. Oh, that's damn fine work.
Indeed. He was quite the soldier back in his time.
So it's seen a lot of good use then. Taking good care of it then, remembering to clean it out. Flaxseed oil?
Every single night.
Nice. Any kind of specialty bullets with those?
I have a few tricks up my sleeve with this thing, passed on from both of my parents, but as we will be traveling together, it seems I'd rather not spoil the surprises.
Seems like if we're traveling together, that seems like for the sake of handling, like, there's all sorts of zombies and whatever in those Arken ruins. Like, besides, like, if we don't get in trouble with the locals, those places have stuff defending themselves, and it feels like it'd be better to at least have a hint of who's bringing what to the table.
Alright, well, if you must know, I do have a bit of celestial lightning with some of these things.
Lightning, you say?
So any sort... Yes, so hopefully if we do come across any zombies, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Right. So you're the damage, and I guess... And as Mantrax says this, she teleports constantly all over the bar. I'm pretty good at getting around. Oh, and suddenly
so
there is a sword made of light.
So you're more of a trickster sort of combatant.
Trickster, throwing around the more literal
Virgil.
kind of lightning.
Virgil.
Yes.
I
need more power, Andre.
Wacky Wahoo Pizza
Wacky Wahoo
time.
Pizza Crab.
Mantrax. Come on, Mantrax.
Where's your
We need to get
motivation?
I am full of gender and pizza. And I'm assuming you're a wrestler. That's all we need to say. Unless you have some kind of wrestling superpower.
Mantrax mentions Zaffir by name. Where is Zaffir?
I am
Where
still
did
with
he
you.
go? Then he should respond.
What was the question?
Do you have any
Yes,
special
sir.
tricks beyond being a wrestler?
I can smith while wrestling.
Hey, multitasking. That's pretty good. Like, so if we gotta repair some doomsday device,
I have to get into
in the midst of fighting
into a
off,
death match.
in the midst of fighting off zombies, yeah.
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 Also, I have my
Even more
dog. We have Doria and Gruel and Egbert. I pull out Egbert.
Egbert, the almost ostrich egg.
Gruel and Doria will have to sleep outside.
I will sleep in the stables with them.
I'll take your room
Okay.
then.
All right.
That solves that problem of how I get a room. Because I don't have any dust.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
How do you have dust, actually, Andre?
They didn't. I solved this problem by making
was-
the meal on the house.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now I have 3 dust.
Is there any
So-
cool secret first session item drops for me? I just wanted to check
Well-
because this is a tactical game, so I wanted to see what resources we had for next time.
Well, as you'll recall, and this is my way of getting in a slight correction, or let's not call it a correction. Let's call it a slight addendum, if you will.
Okay.
Mantrax, let's flash back to before you came crashing into the roadside inn. You were on the road with a, attempting to fix your ride for the first time. You were arriving late due to some fault in the mechanism, and you were trying to find out what it is that caused it. So we're picking apart your stuff when you were met by a horsewoman, another beast folk, a cat beast folk. She comes in playing a lute and wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a poncho. If you recall, her name was Fairy. And that she told you that she was a part of a troupe of performers. Just before leaving, she gave you something. Without this, you recall, you would not have been able to bypass. You would not have been able to power your device back on. Though you're not sure why. an eyeball.
Uh,
A light green, a strange light green, almost ivory-shaped eyeball. Looks ornamental, almost as if it was like carved into some kind of thing, almost decorated.
slow look at the Arken key that I have in my inventory. Wait, did this always look like... Oh god, did this always look like a chunk of spine too? Is all of their shit like techno organ crap?
No, it's just the eyeball.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it was just a trick of the light. It is dark out.
Strangely enough, this eyeball seems to move strangely. It doesn't quite... It's not quite alive as far as you can tell, but you feel energy coming out of it. Something roiling. Green lightning. Slightly sinister, but useful, as far as you can tell.
I spend the night, like before falling asleep, lolling over the eye, whispering, "Tell me your secrets."
Ooh. Zaffir
As
is
I-
just petting Gruel and Doria
Hey!
while he falls
Okay,
asleep.
so here's how we end it. Hey man, my name's Pedro. Can you find the rest of me, please?
What?
And that's how we end the session.
Oh my god!
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Wasn't expecting an actual answer. That's weird.
So instead of dust, you obtain Pedro's eye, Pedro's right eye.
Alrighty, is that
Right
all for
arm of
tonight's
Pedro
session?
the Forbidden One. Thank you for listening to Ruin Runners. We here at Actual Economy are proud to bring you even more content like this and the rest of our shows. If you want to hear more of our content, check out Fate Breakers, our Exalted Essence actual play, and our first concluded mini-campaign, Tomb of the Red Giant. Actual plays live and die by word of mouth, so if you enjoyed what you heard here, please drop us a like, follow, and maybe retweet, repost, whatever they're calling it nowadays, our videos, and keep posted every week for weekly-ish content when we can keep up our tight schedules. Even though Ruin Runners might be produced at a somewhat infrequent release schedule, we hope we'll see you soon for our next episode of the show. Catch you then.